Hi everyone, welcome back. Tina here. Today I am doing a video on things that you need to be doing right now to start getting ready for back to school. If I had realized how many teachers go back to work at the beginning of August, I probably would have done this video a while ago. But I know here in Michigan, we actually have laws in place that say you cannot resume the school year until the day after Labor Day for tourism reasons. The state wants to make as much money as they can through tourism. So sorry if I'm a little late getting this video out for some of you guys, but hopefully I can still get it out in time to help a lot of you. Also, I want to apologize if the camera is picking up the sound of lawnmowers. I have already been waiting like 3 hours today to make this video, but I swear as soon as one person stops mowing their grass, another one starts right up. So I'm just going to charge ahead and hope that the annoying lawnmower sound is not coming through on the video too much. So, some of the things that you can start doing right now to make your transition back to work a lot smoother. The first one I'm going to tell you to do is start working on your lesson plans right now. I know you probably don't have like a set schedule yet. You don't know when your gym time is. You may not know when your lunch hour is, depending on how schedules fluctuate from year to year. But that's okay. You can still make a rough outline, so this way you at least know what things you want to cover on the first day of school and the second day of school. And I do plan on making a video soon on some of the things I plan to do the first week of school. I'm going to do a lesson plan video. But for today, just to start getting into your head, what are some things you want to cover? And obviously the first week of school, the big one is routines, routines, routines. I spend probably 40 to 50% of my days that first week of school teaching routines. This is how we get the math materials. This is how we put them back. This is how we do daily 5. This is how we wrap it up. So routines are a big one. You can't, no matter what grade level you teach, you can't just tell the kids what you expect of them on the first day or two of school and expect it all to fall into place. You actually have to get them stand up, move about the room, practice it, stop, go back to your seats. All right, we're going to do it again. Practice it again, stop, go back to your seats. I do this over and over and over. I do this for how to line up at the door. I do this for how to get your materials at the end of the day. I do this for how we get ready to go to lunch. I do this for how we do our bathroom procedures with the one bathroom in the classroom for 30 people. Routines, you cannot overteach routines. You really can't. And because still, no matter how much you teach it, you're still going to have kids who don't do it the way you want them to do it. Also, most of you probably have like a math series. Hopefully you were smart enough to grab all your teacher's manuals on the last day of school and bring those home. You can start now with your math books and your social studies books and whatever things are not changing, start knocking out those lesson plans already. I like to go back to work, honest to God, with like a rough outline of the first 4 to 5 weeks worth of lesson plans already done. It just makes September so much easier, because let's be honest, that first month of school, I don't know about you guys, but I'm usually stressed out to the max. That September's rough, it really is. But then come October 1st, you start falling into patterns, your routines, and it gets so much easier. The next thing you need to do right now on your summer vacation is double check your state standards and your curriculum. I actually have a binder, and in my binder I have printouts that I just got for me it's from michigan.gov, mi.gov, where I printed out a copy of my Common Core. Michigan just adopted new science standards. We are now doing next generation science. So I needed to know now, what are the new 4th grade requirements that I need to be teaching come this September, because it changed 100%. The topics that I covered last year in science are completely different from the topics I'm going to be expected to cover this year in science. So I now already have a printout of my standards. And tip number 3, I have already gone to teacherspayteachers.com and I scoured Teachers Pay Teachers for several different items to purchase for Next Generation Science, grade 4. I've already purchased those. I did not print them because the one I purchased was like 138 pages, and I really don't want to use all my ink in my printer to print those. So what I did was I saved it to a flash drive that I can carry back and forth to work, and this way when I'm at work I can, pull it up real fast and then just print the 1 or 2 pages out and then make copies in the teacher's lounge without wasting all of my ink in my printer. But so start looking on Teachers Pay Teachers now for new things for science, new things for social studies, anything you want for math or reading or language arts, all of that. Now you've got all the time in the hands in the world, whereas come September or even now August, for those of you who've gone back to work, time becomes a very limited commodity. Tip number 4, organize your first day home folders and prepare for the flood of papers you're going to get. One of the things I did, this is the first time I've ever done it this way, I actually got all the forms that go home with my students on the first day of school, and I actually made a point of stapling them together. In fact, I'm probably even going to put like another staple in here to really hold these papers together, because always that first week, it never fails. I send them home with like 5 or 6 pages that need to be filled out and brought back to school, and the next day I'll get 3 pages back or 2 pages back, or it's like 3 weeks later and I'm still chasing kids down saying, I still need your technology form signed out. You didn't sign your parent-teacher compact. So I've bound them all together so this way they go home as one and hopefully will come back to me as one, I hope and pray. So these will be going into my first day home folder. I have also printed out my form for Get in the Know with Remind, and several of you have asked me what is Remind. It is an app for your cell phone, and it's an app for your parents. You create your own classroom on the website, and then on the first day or week of school, you send home a note telling your parents what is Remind, and then on the back, Remind will give you a printout of how to tell your parents how to join. And so then, once your parents join the app, you can now have instant access communication with your parents. You can now send out a group text message to all your parents at once, reminding them that there is a math test on Tuesday, or that your students need to bring in their permission slips for the field trip that's happening on Thursday. So Remind is a really wonderful app. And the next thing I will be sending, this will not go home, but I've already got ready my packets for open house. And this way, when I've already got these run off, there will be no scrambling at the last second. This is everything that my parents will get from me on open house night. And of course, for open house, I'll be sure to get some refreshments or some little cookies for the back table or something. Tip number 5, right now during summer, clean up all of your digital classrooms. I don't have a class list yet. My school district, I really don't get a class list until about 3 days before school starts. And it's kind of a bummer, but I'm used to it. But right now, go into Rad-Kids and delete all the current students in there. Go into Remind and delete the current parent list in there. Get all of your online classrooms cleaned out and ready to go so you can input all of the new information as soon as you get your new class lists. And then another thing you need to be doing right now is to make sure you've checked off all the supplies you are going to need for that first week of school. Do you have enough 3M packing tape? Have you bought name tags for all of your desktops? Did you run out of yarn last year? Did you use up all of your glitter? What items did you run out of last year? Now's the time to make a note of those and restock those items before school starts. There's nothing worse than going to do a project at Halloween and you want purple glitter for something and realizing, oh, we used it all up and there is no more. So restock yourself right now. Number 7, start preparing your student computer access cards. This is one thing that I seem to forget every year until it's already 6-7 days into the school year. I forget to make the student access cards. So as soon as you get those class lists, as soon as you re-input all of that data for Rad-Kids, the Everyday Math program online, and all of those websites that are for your classroom, print out those cards and print out those access codes. And then you can either just cut them apart and pass them out like that, or I actually like to make an index card where on one index card I write all the information for all of their websites and their passwords to get onto these school laptops. And then I kind of will pass those out and recollect them for a while until the kids get into the habit of it. And then about 3 weeks into the school year, I will actually give those index cards to the kids, tape them into their agendas or their home folders, so this way they can have those passwords even going home to do the online work at home too. Number 8, print your school supply list now, any notes home, your welcome letter, anything that again is going to be part of that first day folder. Get all of those papers printed now. I like to do a lot of those at home. This way I'll print a color copy from my home printer, and then I'll take it to Staples or something and have more copies run off in color. Because at work we only have black and white printing capabilities. We do not have color printing at work. So I do a lot of those at home because I want them to be cute and have little clip arts on them. Number 9, this is a big one. Fill in your calendar now for the entire school year. Make sure that you have in little ones like staff meeting, or if you know what days are going to be free dress days. We have uniforms, so it's a big deal for the kids when they get a free dress day. Mark your PD day so that you'll have a recording of all of your professional development. Get when is progress reports due, when is report cards due, what nights are the parent-teacher conferences. Also, make sure you get the little ones in there too. At the end of every month, I like to put in a reminder that my attendance log needs to be printed, signed, and turned in. My contact log, we have to record all of our contacts with our parents, is due at the end of every month. And I have a history of forgetting to turn those in. So get all of that information into your calendar now. Hopefully by now you have access to your upcoming school year calendar and can print that off and get all of that work done, because that's a big one. If you don't have a good calendar, you can't be organized. And if you're not organized, things start to go wrong. And then finally, number 10, and this goes for everybody, especially if you are a parent yourself and have kids. About 2 weeks before the start of the school year, start implementing your school routines. Right now I'm kind of going to bed at about 11 o'clock. The boys are going to bed about 10 p.m. We're all sleeping in till like 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, very soon that's all going to change. So about 2 weeks before I go back to work and the boys go back to school, I start to slide those times. I start to get closer and closer and closer to our actual bedtimes and wake-up times that we have during the school year, just so I'm not cranky and tired that first week of school, and so that my boys are not cranky and tired that first week of school. So those are 10 quick tips that you can start doing now during summer vacation to make for a much smoother transition back to your school year. And with that, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me in the future, click the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you later.